All right. So the video got the last live itself went ahead and yeah, fuck. Anyways, the last live went ahead and just got blocked, got muted. It only got muted because of the music that I went ahead and attached to the YouTube. Yeah, I can't do that. Copyright strikes. So I guess it goes take two for what is day trading. Although I just went ahead and pretty much wasted an hour of my fucking time, I guess I really won't look at it as a waste of time. Look at that as a drop in the progression bucket. There's no such thing as failures. No such thing as mistakes. Just pretty accidents. Just pretty accidents waiting to go ahead and get worked over. And this is the working over. So let me just keep this short. Let me keep this shit sweet. The last live, I went ahead and went straight on for an hour just to explain a concept that only takes just about minutes to go ahead and do. And I like that live. That was a good live. That was some sauce in that motherfucker. Some good sauce in that motherfucker. But damn, copyright strikes. Okay. So let me go ahead and explain what is day trading in its finest form. Ultimately, what day trading is nothing more than just gambling. Literally all that it is. If you were to go ahead and let's use gamblers for an example. If you were to go ahead and ask any good gambler that goes into a casino on a religious basis to consistently use that as a form of income, they would tell you that there is more of a system to be had behind what they're doing beyond just going in and expecting the best to be the best. They're going to tell you that their system ultimately works for them, but it only works if they apply it the right way. Now, again, why do I use that analogy? Is because gambling in its finest form, trading in its finest form, is nothing but gambling. That is literally all that it is. But again, gamblers, good gamblers, great gamblers, have a system that works for them. Now, day traders, how can we apply that to day trading? Day traders, knowing the concept that the day trading is more of gambling in its finest form, they know that there is a formula to be had and followed on a day-to-day basis that would help them gain more probability to then have better green days than red. It ultimately works in that sense. But the system only works if you let it work. Me personally, only thing that I would like to do for you guys is be a manual to explain my system that I've mimicked over a year and a half. Now, there was a time where I wanted to just jump straight into this without any care in the world of how the fuck this was delivered. Ultimately, what I came to understand and realize is there were more holes in what I was trying to do and prove than there was more progression to be had for anybody. Why? Because I didn't understand the system back then more than I understood it now. So I just stopped that all entirely. Put an end to it. I told myself I need to go ahead and give myself 4 months. Okay, let me stop there. I didn't give myself a timeline, but I told myself I need to get this shit done. I need to understand this more so that way one day I can step out of my own comfort zone and deliver this in a way that is more entertaining and enjoyable for others to understand. Like, straight down to its barest, easiest form to understand, because that's what I want to do. I want to show you guys and help you guys understand day trading in its finest form. like, okay, time out. Let me go ahead and use this as an example, because I used this as an example in the last video, and it was beautiful, straight off the fucking dome. Let me explain the concept, and it's in a way that a 5-year-old would be able to understand this. Price is a cookie monster. What does Cookie Monster ultimately eat? Cookies. Highs, session highs, 1 hour highs, 1 hour session highs are all cookies waiting to be had. And it's the same thing to the downside. 1 hour, 4 hour session lows are all cookies waiting to be had. Let's go to the chart. Let's just go to the fucking chart. There's nothing for you to be seen right now, but we're back. Right? Hold on. Oh, I gotta pull up Facebook to make sure this is right. Trying to make sure that the frames are okay. Make sure the live is okay. Trying to make sure. Alright, we're back. Sorry, I had to make sure there's no echo. Like, I'm only running off the one computer right now, so I can't necessarily tell what I'm doing unless I'm looking at the fucking live on my phone. Just 2 seconds, let me bring this back up for you. Now, as I was trying to explain before, we are trying to see which one I don't want to be honest. Okay. As I was trying to explain before, price is Cookie Monster. We're trying to determine where Cookie Monster is trying to go for the day. Now, there are cookies, liquidity. Liquidity is nothing but cookies. What is liquidity? Liquidity is nothing but rusting buy orders to the top. Session highs, 1 hour highs, 4 hour highs to be had. Price is looking for those liquidity pools to be taken out to either continue in its general direction or trying to flip, either go further down or further up, depending on what it's trying to do. Now, again, as our job as traders is to determine what the Cookie Monster is trying to do for the day. And also try to see how many cookies are in its path to determine where it's wanting to go. If we understand liquidity in that concept, we can automatically assume there's a lot of cookies here to be had. We have this liquidity, we have these cookies, we have these cookies, and we have these cookies. Now, if we start from, let's go ahead and do a market replay. We see Cookie Monster all the way down here. We see that there are cookies up here. And if we also apply the same concept to the downside, we could see that there are cookies down here that the Cookie Monster could potentially go ahead and sweep out and eat. I'm just gonna draw out all the other cookies to the downside. I'm drawing out all the liquidity to the downside that the Cookie Monster price could possibly go ahead and take out. Now that we have all that situated, what we're going to go ahead and do is watch Cookie Monster. We're going to watch price take out those cookies, take out liquidity to the upside, and we're going to watch what it does after that. Sorry, I stopped it too soon. We see that there are many cookies to the upside. There are many liquidity pools to the upside. Where the price, where Cookie Monster was able to take out this cookie, and this cookie. Well, not this cookie yet, but it took out these cookies to the upside. Why? Because it was originally trying to hunt out to the upside, trying to hunt out all these cookies. Let's see what happens after it got done eating those cookies. It went up and took out more cookies to the upside. Now, seeing as we're here right now with Cookie Monster, we have a opportunity for him to get full, to either take a break, consolidate, and then come back down, hunt out the rest of the cookies that it had made in its path. So again, Cookie Monster is trying to hunt out all the cookies to the upside and the downside. It will create new cookies on its path up or on its path down. But over time, it's going to want to take out those cookies that it either developed behind itself or the ones that are in front of itself. Alright, so now that we're here with Cookie Monster, let's see what Cookie Monster wants to do. Alright, so we could see right here, Cookie Monster took a break, consolidated for a little bit, but then got hungry again, came down, took out these cookies, took out this liquidity, took out these cookies, took out this liquidity, to then do what? Let's see what it does from there on out. So the question being is it going to be hungry for the upside, or is it going to be hungry for the downside? Our job from here on out, from that question being, is to go from like lower time frames to understand what we're doing. But right now, the only thing that we're trying to understand is what is liquidity, and the best way to understand it is to put it in a cookie concept. So where do we think price has the opportunity to go next after seeing where the cookies lie up top? We have all these cookies here, right, to the upside. Now after it's got done creating a new path, let's see if it wants these cookies to the upside or if it wants to continue down further for these cookies. What do you know? Further down, after taking out these orders up here, it said, I don't want these cookies anymore. I don't want these cookies right now. I don't want these cookies right now. What really does look, Cookie Monster's thinking to himself, what looks really delicious to me are these oatmeal cookies here, these chocolate chip cookies here, and the grandma's cookies here. These, like, it's thinking to itself, I want grandma's cookies. I want this liquidity to the downside. It's going to take some time for it to get there, but ultimately, that's the thought of Cookie Monster right now. Why? Because Cookie Monster has already made a down path move. Would you look at that? Cookie Monster said, I want these orders up here, I want these cookies right here, but fuck that. Grandma's cookies are exactly what the fuck I want, and I'm gonna take grandma's cookies and take my cousin's cookies on top of that. So then just run off on the fucking plug. After that, what is it trying to do? Hunt out more cookies that it's created. It's trying to hunt out more liquidity. Price is trying to hunt out more liquidity that it's made in its path, or trying to take out liquidity that it's made behind it, or trying to take out more liquidity that is already originally in its path. Now, if I could break liquidity, such an advanced concept like that, down to an understanding of Cookie Monster, I'm doing my fucking job right. Liquidity sweeps are necessary in the market. Liquidity sweeps on top of breaks of structures. Breaks of structures, if you've been watching my video, understand the concept. If you haven't been watching it, I'm more than happy to explain it. Breaks of structures are they're a fancy term to say price is looking to shift direction after liquidity has been swept. Once Cookie Monster took out these cookies out here, there was a break of structure down here to be had to show that that Cookie Monster wanted to go ahead and take out cookies either to the downside or the upside. Now, that break of structure came after Cookie Monster wanted to go, or in the middle of Cookie Monster taking a break. That break of structure is right here. Price created a low, created a high. The 2 points, the 2 lowest points of these 2 candlesticks wicks are right here. After that, after we determined where our low lies, we are now waiting for price to either develop this low or not do so. But you can see with this right here, price took out this low. Cookie Monster took out this cookie, but then said, fuck it. I want to come back up here and try to get these cookies up here. I'm full. I don't want these cookies. I want grandma's cookies. Psych. Came down, tried to, but said psych. After taking out all these cookies right here, as you can see, these cookies, tried to take out these cookies right here, but they couldn't do it. But these cookies right here, it said, bam, I want more. There had to have been a break of structure right here or an inverse for value gap to be had to show the price was looking to go further up. And okay, right here is the inverse. Fair value gap. Price Cookie Monster came back up out of the fair value gap, treating it as an inverse, showing on smaller time frames that Cookie Monster wanted to continue on up via like equilibrium or a fair value gap. We get the fair value gap right here to show that Cookie Monster, oh, that's not the fair value gap. Let me delete this prior fair value gap right here for the inverse. We get another fair value gap right here to show that Cookie Monster wanted these cookies more up here, wanted this liquidity up here more than it wanted these cookies, this liquidity down here right now. So we can see that it respected this fair value gap to the upside, which then on smaller time frames, we're looking to go ahead and find an entry. And what do you know? Cookie Monster gave us a break of structure. What is a break of structure again? A confirmation that price is looking to go ahead and continue to the upside. So we get that confirmation right here, literally right out of the inverse. Price came up, came back down on smaller time frames, gave us the break of structure. Then the only thing that we're looking to do is just enter. Here, we could honestly, if we have a lot of confidence in this shit, we're gonna go ahead and put our stop really fucking tight. We're gonna put our stop really fucking tight. We're now that we understand that Cookie Monster wants to go up, we're targeting the rest of the cookies before he does. So that way, our job at this point is to get to the cookies before he does. It's just a fucking race. We want to make sure we want to make sure that we're doing it right enough. What do I mean by that? We're targeting the other cookies that he could possibly go ahead and take out. We don't want to target all the other cookies to the upside, though. We don't want to fucking do that. The only thing that we want to do is be able to target the most recent cookies in our direction to determine if we have a good trade. Right here, right fucking here, you can see Cookie Monster. If we were to target these highs right here, Cookie Monster came up, busted out a TP, gave us our fucking money, and then, you know, after a while came up here to whatever, just to come back down towards these cookies down here. But this trade, that trade would have won you something. Or if you would have kept it really fucking tight and kept it at the inverse, kept your stop at this cookie right here, that's a 5.78 risk to reward ratio. I don't know about you, but that's paying. If you entered in with $100, that's $500 right there, or maybe even more. That's 500 and almost close to 7, or almost close to 6. I'm sorry. So I don't know about you, but that's paying for somebody's groceries right there. If this was live, like exactly, if I could explain liquidity as a Cookie Monster. If I could explain price as a Cookie Monster, liquidity as cookies that is trying to go ahead and take out, I'm doing my fucking job right. And after that, I literally just gave you the sauce. I just gave you the fucking sauce on how to go ahead and take a trade. But I don't want you to go ahead and do that. I don't want you to go ahead and try to step through this tunnel just yet, because you're not going to be able to see the other end for a very, very long time. We're talking like Hogwarts type tunnel. You're not going to be able to get through that just of yet. Eventually you will when you will understand how to migrate its path, but as of right now, you're blinded. You're fucking blinded. You don't know what a break of structure is down to its fucking core. You understand what I hope that you understand what liquidity is at this point, because that is actually like the one most important fucking thing that we need in order to take the trade. And on top of that, we have inverse fair value gaps. We have other things in the arsenal, such as EQ levels, equilibrium levels. Equilibrium, I've explained before, is nothing but discount and price. Only you're not. So when you're using an EQ level, you're not going to the store. Time out. Let me recompose myself. When we use equilibrium, we're trying to find discount and price. The way that I like to go ahead and explain this is like this. You're going to the store and trying to buy a bag of chips that cost $3, right? You're not going to go to the store and buy a bag of chips that cost $5. Why? Because the $5 bag of chips is a premium price versus the bag of chips that only costs $3 is a discount. You'd pay the fucking discount more than you pay the premium, unless you are stuck with paying the premium. Then at that point, you just got bent over and fucked. But whatever, that's a whole different thing within itself. Our job while using equilibrium is to find out where we could find a sweet spot for fucking discount. Literally all that we're trying to do. And then from there on out, using that to go ahead and enter in. Or if we don't have equilibrium, or if we don't have the discount for that price at that time, we are then getting fucked by paying full price. But we need one more thing to go off of, which was a fair value gap. The fair value gap will go ahead and also determine which way the price wants to go. It's a retracement tool. It is a retracement tool. Price is going to ultimately come up, retrace into it. After it's done retracing into the fair value gap, it has now created a inverse fair value gap. Came up, came down, came down, came up, disrespected the fair value gap, in turn created an inverse fair value gap, and at that fucking point in time, the inverse fair value gap is going to show us that there is a switch in direction. What did we do after we got the switch in direction? Like, I don't need to go ahead and do nothing more than just be a fucking user manual to what this shit is. Literally all I gotta do. And I could explain this shit down to a fucking cookie. That is my job. That is what I'm trying to do. And if I achieve that with you guys and have you guys understand it in that simplistic form going from here on out, then, you know, everything is golden. Everything is great. I can do that for you guys. I can break down day trading in its most simplistic form. Why? Because I had to go ahead and break it down in a more simplistic version for myself as well to understand this. You don't need to be a fucking dweeb and understand that liquidity lies to the upside. You don't need to be a fucking genius to understand and have so many different things at once happening to know that fucking liquidity to the upside is going to be taken out eventually. Only thing that we need to go ahead and do is sweep liquidity to the downside, show us a break of structure, show us that there's a fucking discount in price, and after that, show us that there's a confirmation showing that there's price is definitely going in the direction that we want. And then from there on out, enter or don't enter the fucking trade. Simple. But there's fucking people out here that want to go ahead and make it so much harder than what it needs to fucking be. It doesn't need to be hard. It's not hard. The only hard part about this shit is is applying yourself. Applying this shit over and 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 over again to the point where you understand this enough to say, I am confident I got this. Because there's going to be many times where the market wants to go ahead and smack you in the fucking face, and it will. I need to go ahead and stress this. Just because we have a system doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be fucking foolproof. It's not. Our job is to mitigate the losses. We mitigate the losses with a fucking system that we abide by every fucking time we enter and expose ourselves to the market. If we don't follow the fucking system and expose ourselves to the market, we're asking market to go ahead and fuck us without any prior lube to go ahead and be used. No Diddy oil. No Diddy oil. Straight raw in the ass, motherfucker. What I'm trying to do is not have you get fucked raw in the ass. I'm giving you the Diddy oil first. I went to his mansion, stole a bunch of that shit. Bunch of that shit. FBI is looking for me right now. I stole a bunch of that shit. Came back. Here's some lube. You might want this for later. I don't know, man. Me personally, I have a belief that I could fucking do this, and the only reason why I have this belief is because I've had somebody show me that this shit can be worked. I've had somebody show me that my failures are meant to be here because one day I could be at their fucking level. One fucking day. It's not. Listen to me. You're not gonna go ahead and get rich quick. You're not doing that. This isn't fucking that. And anybody that tells you you're going to be rich within a fucking week by doing this and charges you money, well, let me tell you this. They didn't just give you they did not give you Diddy oil. All they did was try to fuck you raw. And, well, it depends on whether or not you're smart enough to allow it to happen. Me personally, I've taken the time out of my life to understand this fully. To understand this in and out to the point where I am confident to say that I could deliver this fully in its entirety, while understanding that this shit isn't going to make me rich quick. This is going to take time, and the amount of time it takes is ultimately up to you. It really is ultimately up to you and how you control and handle a learning curve. If you're the type of motherfucker to actually tackle a learning curve and excel at that learning curve quite often than not, there's a high probability that, this shit might be meant for you. But at the same time, you have to be able to go ahead and control your emotions, tied to the whole thought process of the system. Because as day traders, we are emotional. As day traders, we're human. But you're going to hear me more often than not say, do not be emotional. Do not be in a trade where you have your emotions spiked so fucking heavily. But again, that only comes with patience. It only comes with time, with understanding that patience is a fucking tool that you go ahead and obtain over time. It is not something that you're born with. It's not. As a fucking baby, when you pop out of the womb, you want your mom's titty right then and there. You don't want it later. You don't want the skin to skin later. You want that shit now, and you're crying for it. Why? Because you don't have the skill of patience just yet. You have to obtain that over fucking time. Over a long period of trial and fucking error. Sorry, I see one headphone sitting there, and I'm trying to look for the other one. I want to lose it, but I don't want to lose my thought process either. You don't necessarily want to sit here and what I'm trying to do is just show you guys in the most simplistic way that this is more obtainable than you think. If you sit here and tell me that you can't do this, I will believe you cold-heartedly, and without a shadow of a doubt, look at you in your eyes and tell you, yeah, I believe that you can't do this. I believe you. I truly believe you. But if you sit here and tell me, I'm not too sure about this, but I would like to give this a try all the way, regardless if I see an outcome or not. If you tell me as well that you believe that you could do this, I really believe that you can do this. Why? Because at that point, you've already made a fucking decision. You've already made a choice. Now, at that point, from there on out, it is up to you to carry on with the decision that you've made and hold consistency tight to your belt. And if you don't hold it tight to your belt one day, that's fine. That's okay. As humans, again, we need to learn the process and to grow. But if you just learn, if you have the ambition to pick up consistency and put that bitch right inside your pocket and forget, put that motherfucker in your pocket, go home, go to sleep, the very next day, not take it out of your pocket, put it back into the pocket that you're wearing now, you're not going to go ahead and carry around the same mindset. You're not going to do the things that you did prior to this day. Why? Because you don't have the consistency with you. You don't have the key with you. Consistency, key, it's the fucking key to it. If you don't hold it, if you don't carry it true to your fucking heart, you're not going to do anything. You're going to always walk around saying that, yes, I want this, yes, I want this, yes, I want this, but ultimately not have any other fucking action play out because of whatever fucking reason. And I made a video yesterday talking about somehow you need to take action and not blame everything else for your fucking failure. Because at the end of the day, your success is only based upon your fucking willing to take action. That is it. If you look at anybody else that is more successful than you, the ultimate fucking decision that they had to go ahead and make was, I need to go ahead and take action. And put one foot in front of the fucking other. The only fucking difference between you and them is the fact that they chose to fucking make a decision a lot faster than you. The only difference between me and my mentor is the fact that he chose to make a decision so much sooner than I did. He has progressed so much more because he's learned all these other fucking lessons that I am now just fucking learning. If he's able to go ahead and progress to that level, to where he's at now, I could just imagine where I could be, but I'm not trying to aim for something of that nature. The only thing that I'm really trying to aim for is about $10,000 a fucking month. $10,000 a month, and fuck, man, that would be beautiful. And I know for a certain fact, if I continue on with this, I would not only get better, but see more of an outcome than I could ever imagine. Like, right now, I feel like I'm putting a cap on what I could possibly do, but at the same time, there's something telling me to just put that cap there. Put it at 10,000. Put it at 10,000. Don't want more, just want that for now and see what you do. That's the thought that always pops into my head when I want to go more than just what that goal is. Be patient. Like, that's the thought that rings in my, like, as I'm talking to you, that thought is ringing in my fucking head. Be patient. And it's like a soothing, subtle, warm voice. It's, be patient. Just be patient. So, as of right now, the only thing that I really want to go ahead and do ultimately is just break this shit down in the next 30 days so that way I can have a 5-year-old understand this. Because there's gonna, this is ultimately not even just for you guys, but for my family. This is, one day I'm not gonna be here. One day, like, as of right now, I don't have a fucking job. I could lie to you guys and say that I pay for all this and this is the reason why we're staying afloat, but at the end of the day, that would be a whole fucking lie and a half. The only reason why we're here where we are right now is because by the grace of fucking God. By the grace of fucking God, we are fucking here right now. The only thing that I need to go ahead and continue doing is put my faith in him ultimately and continue to do whatever the fuck I want to do in this way. But not anything that I want to do, I have to abide by the rules that he's set. But at the same time, I need to stay on the right path. And the only way that I've seen myself stay on the right path and progress is having the will to help others. Because, like I've said this multiple times over, I'm in a situation where I'm not able to go ahead and do anything about it right now, ultimately, but progress and learn. But there will become a day where I'm not in this situation anymore and able to help others. I want to be able to be in that predicament and help other people. So, like, my one goal after getting a payout After getting my $3,000 payout, my first $3,000 payout, I want to go ahead and take $500 worth of that, go to the nearest hotel, or even go to this hotel and wait in the lobby. Wait in the lobby and like wait for somebody to go in, wait for a family to show up, and just give it to them. Just give it to them. Like, why do I want that? Because there was a time when me and Stephanie had to rely on DoorDash or Instacart, more so Instacart, to pay for the room. Now, let me tell you, it's not easy doing that shit on a day-to-day fucking basis. Yes, there's money to be had out there, but the way that Instacart was set up out here, it was really fucking hard. Yeah, we could go into the city, but there's a lot more risk that came along with that. Like, the risk to reward ratio on that motherfucker was just not there. So the only thing that kept a good ROI was staying local. And that's exactly what we did. We stayed local enough. There's times when we went out and boo-foo fucking Egypt, like maybe 2 hours out of our fucking way to do something, 3 hours out of our way to do something. But if we were going out of that way, we made sure, damn well sure, the ROI was there, meaning the money was more worth than the fucking miles that we were putting on that damn car to and from. And we needed to make sure that it was okay, it was in a okay neighborhood. Because we'll be able to go ahead and be in Joliet, pick up a fucking order, and then have to drive to Barbados. All the way the fuck in boo-foo fucking Egypt. And let me tell you, that's about an hour 30. With the highway, less. But we didn't take the highway. We took the back roads. Why? Because there's no fuckery there. There's literally no fuckery there. There's straight fucking country road. You could hit 80, 90, shit. If you ballsy with it and have the car for it, you could hit 100 on the road. Be careful if you do that. I don't recommend it, but I'm just saying the possibility is there. So that's exactly what we did. Kept it local. We kept a good ROI. But at the same time, there was just days where the orders weren't there. There were days, okay, like I could tell you right now. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday were really good days. More so Sunday because people are fucking grocery shopping, and there are many lazy ass motherfuckers that don't want to go ahead and do their own grocery shopping. So Friday, Saturday is when we were starting to see really good, like okay money. Sunday, we were seeing poppin' money. Now, we were going ahead and having to feed ourselves. We were also having to go ahead and put in gas. We were really trying to keep the money to our budget to a bare minimum when it came to eating out. There were many times when we were Instacarting, turned on DoorDash to either steal the fucking food and eat because we didn't have the money to go ahead and feed ourselves, or complete the order and make the money. But more or less not. We had to go ahead and take the fucking money because every single day the room cost, okay, so without points, Red Roof cost just around $100 without points. On a good, I got a fucking bad day. It was like $100. With the points, we were getting that shit for about $80. So every single fucking day, we had to make sure we had that money, not only to feed ourselves if we weren't able to go ahead and turn on DoorDash, but also gas and that, and rent, and not rent, but the payment for the room. Hard to manage money at that point. We're literally just running fucking bare. And on top of that, just to put the icing on top of the fucking cake, we just had a fucking son. At that point, was brand fucking new, literally out of NICU. I'm telling you, that motherfucker's a champ. He was riding in cars for 4 hours straight in that back seat. Took that shit like a champ. Until there came a time when worst came to worst and we weren't able to pay the car payment anymore. Only because it was really hard at that time to go ahead and juggle everything. We don't have help from any other fucking family members. Stephanie's family is a straight up fucking joke. just because they think that I'm some fucking loser that gets high every day and plays video games. Little do they know I got more of a fucking... I have more oomph than that. But nonetheless, what I'm trying to do is take us away from this. I needed to make a decision. I needed to make a change. And that change is actually putting my fucking head down and learning what I need to learn for this system to work. Yes, am I going to fail throughout this time? Yes. But what truly fucking matters to me is seeing a good amount of progression versus just failing and not learning anything from that to apply in the next time around. Because I'm telling you, next time around, we're going 50 fucking K. I'm spending $111 to get a 50 fucking K account, and then within 4 days, 5 days, maybe a week past that motherfucker. So then at that point, probably get another account, or just try to get that fucker into a funded. From there, try to get a payout. Now, prop firms are prop firms for a reason. Now, that don't let the name fucking fool you. There are children out, not even children, but there's teenagers out here and full-grown adults that are making 6 figures hand over fucking foot. While you go ahead, all for these prop firms, while you go ahead and clock in for a fucking job 8 hours a day and make your money. I'm not going to sit here and knock the motherfucker that does that shit, but me personally, my time is valuable. And I like to go ahead and get a good ROI out of that shit, because eventually, either A, that company isn't going to give a fuck about me eventually and toss me aside like a goddamn ragdoll, or B, not give a fuck about what I need as a human being. Me as a human being, I'm disabled, and I cannot hold a job long enough just simply because these motherfuckers aren't not caring. And rightfully fucking so. I'm not gonna sit here and play the fucking victim role. You're here, you are running a fucking business. If you don't have people that are reliable enough to go ahead and come in every single day, let them go. I as a businessman, I am fully fucking behind the thought. Fully behind the thought. But as a businessman, I need to understand that seeing that outcome out of my few years of being disabled, there needs to be a different fucking way of living. I cannot continue running into the same fucking wall every single time in hopes to be a fucking juggernaut one day and just break through shit. To one day have the wall be so strong to where I'm not able to bust through that bitch and then toss me aside yet again to be back at square one. Now there's people out there that hold their jobs long enough to see the end of day, but I assure you fucking not. If they can choose the option to wake up every fucking day, grab their phone, use a skill set that they learned to generate them more money that they would fucking make in their 9 to 5, you're gonna sit here and fucking tell me that they're gonna go ahead and want to go to the 9 to 5 versus that? I don't know about you, man, but again, when it comes to ROI time, my shit is important. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm fucking lazy. I got a good work ethic, but I'm not gonna work for somebody that doesn't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck. I don't fucking care what anybody else has to think about the decision. I don't give a fuck about what anybody else has to think about the mindset. The only few people that I give a fuck about opinion-wise is Stephanie and God. God sees what the fuck I do on a daily fucking basis. He knows for a certain fact, and not even a daily basis, even in my past, he knows for a certain fact that I'm far from fucking lazy. Far from fucking lazy. Stephanie has also seen exactly what I do. Once I do get a job, I'm not fucking late. I'm not 30 minutes early. I'm an hour early. And there's more times than not, I'm working within that fucking hour before my shift starts. I shit you fucking not. Why? Because I don't like to just sit around. If I could see shit getting done and I know it needs to get fucking done, let me fucking get in there. What? I'm just sitting here for the fucking hour. What the fuck am I gonna do besides help? Like, get my ass in there, man. Get me the fuck in there. I'm just that individual. I could be sitting down right now, wasting my fucking time playing. I could be beating my fucking meat. I could be straight up beating my meat and after that smoke a good ass fucking bowl. But I'm choosing to be on my feet, make a video for almost 2 fucking hours for it to just get muted, then make it again. Explain the concept all over again to help others. Again, I don't give a fuck what everybody has to say about me. I don't give a fuck what everybody else has to think about me, because there's going to become a time where my bank account is double than what the fuck you make on a goddamn daily basis. Only because I took the time out of my fucking day to sit back and take initiative and reflect on what the fuck I want to do with my life. Beyond just working a 9 to 5. Again, I'm not going to knock the people that want to work a 9 to 5. Not going to knock it. But hey man, coming from fucking, I've held a supervisor's role for more than 5 fucking years. For more than 5 fucking years. And I'm gonna tell you now, I enjoy more so waking up, going to my chart, seeing the amount of money that I could potentially make one day off of just practicing on a demo account, pass the fucking test to get put into a funded. I don't know about you, but to see that result over and over and over and over and over again, I enjoy that shit. I deeply enjoy that shit. And I more so deeply enjoy the fact of being able to be in a position to teach other people that shit. I have the equipment to go ahead and preach this shit. Why not fucking do it? To the people that want to go ahead and take that fucking time out of their day to watch this later down the line, I applaud you. For the people that don't actually watch this, you're not even going to hear me talk shit. And that's okay. At the end of the day, I don't want people like that. I want people that are willing to go ahead and take time out of their day to sit down and say, is this fucking worth it? And if it is worth it, can there be proof to be had behind what he's talking about? For the past 5 months, that's literally all I have been showing, is proof. Day in and day out. For the past 4 months, I haven't been going live, but I post every fucking day. There's times where I do take a break, and there's times where I just say, fuck it. But I'm transparent enough more times than not to be trustworthy. Don't believe me? I don't need to speak for it. Go back and see it for yourself. Go back and see it for yourself. Everything is fucking there. Now I'm trying to convert this all into a nice little Discord for the people that are really true about this. Because after these 30 days, this video and all the other videos that I make within the 30 days are done. Are fucking done. And it's not by my decision. If I had it my way, I'd keep the video on Facebook. But Facebook deletes the video after 30 days. And I kind of wish, I like that. I will download this clip after I get done with this shit, but after that, I'm not going to go ahead and post it. It's here for 30 fucking days for the people that are willing to go ahead and use this knowledge. If you're not willing to go ahead and pick up this video and watch it in its entirety, or even have the fucking courage to watch 10 minutes out of your day every single fucking day, like, you're not, it won't fucking matter. Like, none of this shit, all the sauce that I'm willing to go ahead and teach you is not going to be nothing. It's going to be for nothing. Yet again, I showed you from top down, like a fucking 5-year-old. I explained everything like a fucking 5-year-old and showed you how to actually execute the fucking trade in your favor. Oh. Anyways, I digress. My feet hurt. I want to sit the fuck down. I want to listen to some fucking music. Take some time to myself, because I've been at it. I've been fucking at it. I love you guys. Join the Discord. Eventually there's going to be a nice surprise in the future, but you guys have to go ahead and first ultimately take that fucking decision and make it. I can't make that decision for you. I can't force feed you this information in hopes that you would change your life. In the long run, you need to go ahead and do that for yourself. And if you like to just sit back on the sidelines and watch me achieve this shit over time, I'm fine with that too. But again, I'm doing this because this path is lonely. This path is fucking lonely. And if I could have other people that I could share the same mindset to and help along the way, I ultimately feel better about myself. I ultimately feel better about myself because, like I said, one day there's going to become a day where I cannot give more to my family. But if the day comes to where I'm not able to make the money that I want to make, they could go back on these clips, watch these videos, and learn something. All of them. Because, again, you guys won't be able to see these videos ever again, but these videos are staying true on this hard drive. Stephanie could go ahead and watch these anytime. And if I could keep it as simplistic enough to explain to a 5-year-old, I'm not trying to say that she's stupid, but again, these concepts are advanced. If I don't break it down in a 5-year-old fucking logic, it will go right over your head. Stephanie, this is straight for you. You have to understand everything in its entirety from top down, just the way as I explain it. Within the next 30 days, you're going to have 30 videos on the hard drive. And I apologize if they do go over possibly an hour. I will try to keep it to an hour. Like, this video is pushing an hour and I'm trying to wrap it up. But ultimately, watch these videos, gain the knowledge, so that way one day you don't have to worry about it. You have a skill set that you are now able to go ahead and use. You have a skill set that you practice and seen me practice over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Because you guys, back to the audience, you guys don't see the work that I put in. Stephanie, she's not here right now, but I'm pointing as if she is here. Stephanie sees literally everything. From when we were door dashing to OBGYN appointments to her delivery, all that I kept fucking focusing on was day trading until we had Avo and he was in the NICU. At that point, my mind was not on day trading. It was Avo. But now that he's fucking healthy, now, God bless, God willing, he's fucking healthy. Now that that's set to the side, I put my fucking head down for 4 months afterwards and just got better. Just got better and confident enough to say, let's do this. Back to Stephanie, I thank you for everything. Thank you. You're not gonna walk away from this empty-handed. Not by any means are you able to walk away from this empty-handed. You're going to be able to walk away from this with a bunch more sauce than anybody would ever have. Plain and fucking simple. Use the knowledge, apply the concepts, build the discipline, stay consistent. I understand that it's hard. I understand it's going to be fucking challenging sometimes. But there's going to become a time to where if you stay consistent enough, you're able to look back on your past progress and say, I did it, versus giving up on the one time just because it's hard. Don't do that. All right, back to everybody else. I love you guys. Hopefully that was entertaining enough to be enjoyable. Hopefully you guys learned something. Tomorrow is going to be, what do we do? We did what is day trading. We're doing candlesticks next. I mean, we pretty much went over candlesticks today. You guys got edged with the sauce. You guys got edged with the fucking sauce hard today. But hey, again, we're breaking down the sauce bit by bit, so that way you understand all the ingredients that are tied up in the sauce to be so delicious as it is. No cap in my rap, I'm just, again, the manual for the system. I just explain the system, I show the explanation, and I show that it works. Love you. Bye.